Okay. Okay, I want to apologize first for the quality of this video because right now I have one phone uploading one video, or one part of my RuPaul's Drag Race video, my main phone uploading the other part, so I really don't have any other option if I'm going to meet my own personal deadline of getting these videos up. I have to use the webcam on my computer. And it used to be a good webcam. It really did. But then I had to upgrade to Windows 8.1. And it's shitty. Like the camera that I have installed now, because the camera drivers for the old camera just didn't work. So I had to download this free crap. And it's a piece of shit. I don't recommend anybody upgrading to Windows 8.1 from Windows 7, because Windows 7 is a lot better, and you lose everything when you upgrade. It's not worth it. It's a piece of crap. Anyway, I am sporting this headgear that I would think that Joey Graceffa would wear, so I'm proud of this. Actually, my air conditioning is also off. My air conditioner actually froze up, so I'm having to thaw it. So it's like 84 degrees in here. I know a lot of people around this country are probably really pissed off that I'm complaining about the heat when everyone else is in Arctic cold, but I live in Florida, so we actually need the air conditioning year-round. Sucks to be you guys. But the heat is pretty bad. It's probably about 86 in here right now. So this is a wrap that you soak in water, and it cools your body. I mean, I'm not sweating or anything, so it's not like I'm that hot, but it is not something you'd want to sleep in. So tonight I'm just going to have to open up the window and let it air out. But the Amazing Race is another all-star season. I mean, they have been for the past few years just bringing people back, and they've just continued it this season. The only team that I really was glad to see back were the Cowboys, Jet and Cord, who love them. And of course, they stayed in the lead most of the night. They're just awesome. They're hot too. And then there is fellow YouTuber Joey Graceffa with his friend Megan. They say they have like 2 million fans on YouTube, and I'm sure Joey does. I don't even know who this Megan is. I haven't seen any of her videos. She might actually be in some of Joey's videos, but Joey's one of those YouTubers that you like watching because he's very down to earth. He doesn't do anything really flashy. I like the zombie run that he did. That was a really funny video. But he's one of my favorite YouTubers, along with Gazelle Green. And they're a lot different than like Tyler Oakley, who tries to make a huge presentation out of every single video, and it looks like he's using a teleprompter. So Joey Graceffa is very down to earth, and I really liked him. Unfortunately, he didn't get much airtime, but he's looking really hot. He looks a lot better on Amazing Race than he does on his YouTube. I guess it's because he's just down to earth on YouTube. But then Big Brother, Brendon and Rachel are back. And I was expecting them to be the most annoying team this year, but they actually weren't. They were a lot more mature this time. They're married now, so maybe they've gotten over they've been in 2 seasons of Big Brother and now 2 seasons of Amazing Race. So they've gotten a lot of reality time on CBS, and I would expect to see more of them. I'm pretty sure we'll see Rachel back on Big Brother again next season. I have this feeling that it's going to be an all-star edition of Big Brother, even though they are doing casting calls now and taking videos. I'm getting ready to submit my video for Big Brother. So, I don't know, but in some way, shape, or form, we'll probably see Brendon and Rachel back on Big Brother. The Sri Lankan twinsies, they call it the Twinnies. I hate that name. I hate their team name. I hate what they look like. I hate what they sound like. I hate everything about these two. I didn't like them during the season that they were on there. I can't stand them. I'm so glad they were eliminated first, so we don't have to be subjected to them all season long. Then Team Kentucky is back. This was Bopper and Mark, but Bopper, as usual, was a problem. Bopper had health issues. He had a pancreas. I don't know what it was. They didn't really say. I'm hoping it's not pancreatic cancer. I mean, I would feel really bad about making fun of Bopper if that was true. I haven't really researched this, so I don't know. But Mark got to actually continue the race with Mallory, who, when she competed the first time, she competed with her dad, and they were also protecting. I love Mallory, so I think this will be a good team. Though out of Mark and Bopper's group, Mark was the least interesting of the two, so I'm hoping Mallory makes up for it. Okay, I'm not going to go through the rest of the teams because, I'm sure I'll get to cover them plenty in the future. There's so many teams. Every year it's just so many teams. You can never do a cast review of the teams. Amazing Race. The first leg was in China this year. So there's going to be a lot of names that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. I'm just going to say the word in English and maybe do a rough estimation about what I call these places. They had to go to the Street of Wedding Dresses, which is kind of fitting considering that Brendon and Rachel from Big Brother, they just got married, so I'm sure this was right up their alley. But the 20s were hopelessly inept. They couldn't find a wedding dress to save their life, which is probably a good thing because are they married? I don't think they're married in real life. I don't recall if they are, but I'm not sure that they will ever be married if they are still single because they're really fucking annoying. So, but they could not find the clue to save their life. And it really held them back. I mean, they made up some ground, but there's no way they were going to beat anybody in this challenge. Jet and Cord, like I said, was the first two to win. When they got to the Canton Tower, or the Guangzhou in Guangzhou, China, they had to go to the top of the skyscraper, which overlooked the city. And they picked a great time to film for this episode because there was no smog. I'm pretty sure that the rest of the year it's very smoggy and you wouldn't have been able to see the stadium down below. But they had to get on this like horizontal Ferris wheel with these bubbles that rotate around the roof of this building, which is kind of a strange concept if you think about it. Why don't just have a rotating roof on the building or a rotating floor with glass surrounding it? Because, I mean, they're in a glass bubble. Why don't you just put a rotating floor on a building? Why do you have to do something stupid like put a Ferris wheel on the top of the building? It makes no sense. This isn't SimCity. This is supposed to be a functional skyscraper. Anyway, Jet and Cord, they wasted no time. They found the clue right off. Of course, they had a huge lead. Everyone else, including Team YouTube, was having a really hard time finding this clue. You don't notice the yellow and black envelope on the side of the wall in this bubble? No one could figure out where this clue was, and it should have been plainly obvious. You just look around inside the bubble. The clue's not going to be down on the street below. It's not going to be hovering outside the building. It's going to be somewhere in those bubbles because it said, look for the bubbles. Duh. Seems obvious to me. This episode just proves I could never do Amazing Race. So I have to give props to all of these people because there's no way I could do Amazing Race at all. At all. Because I'm okay with heights. I would love to live in a high-rise. But I could not be in a little bubble of a Ferris wheel suspended over a city, and I could definitely not do the next challenge they had to do at the stadium where they had to get on the high wire and do a backflip in the no. I would have been like, nope, $1 million is not worth it for me because that would have caused me to have a heart attack. And that's just the first challenge. Usually the first challenges are fairly tame. Not this season. Of course, it is an all-star season, so. But I can't wait to see who will be the next one out. I'm having a feeling that it might be the Globetrotters, because they didn't get much airtime in this episode, so I'm pretty sure they might be the next ones out, or Team YouTube, since they came in second to last place. I would hate to see Joey Graceffa go home this early, but the previews seem to indicate that Mark and Mallory have some issues, and I can see that being a problem since they don't know each other. They just basically got thrown together at the starting line, and neither one of them have an internal GPS, so I can see them getting very lost and having to go home early. But we will see. Now, let's see if I can figure out how to turn this damn camera off. No icons visible. This is the crappiest program.